Every day a new flight scare. Now a massive tragedy averted at the Mumbai airport. This was a Kochi-Mumbai bound aircraft that skid off the runway. Caught on camera, the damage to the turbines of the aircraft, but thankfully lives have been saved. This was an Air India flight AR2744 A320 from Kochi to Mumbai, experiencing a runway excursion upon landing at the Mumbai airport. Also because remember this has been a monsoon season and there's been heavy rainfall as well. So I'm quoting now from the CSMIA spokesperson. An incoming aircraft from Kochi experienced a runway excursion at the Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport. This happened this morning about 9:30 a.m. Emergency response teams were immediately activated to manage the excursion. Passengers and crew are safe. Minor damage reported to the airport's primary runway, and in order to ensure continuity of operations, another runway has been activated. At CSMIA at the airport, safety always remains our highest priority. So this as much, remember, because of the seasonal changes that are happening, but clearly a fear, a scare for anyone frequently taking flights. Nagarjun Dwarkanath joining us for the latest on that. Nagarjun, help us understand what exactly happened in this case and how and why would such an excursion on the runway even happen? And all is well, I hope now.
All is well. All passengers are to be safe and the crew are to be safe. An official statement from the flight is coming in from Kochi to Mumbai, and the incident happened at 9:27 a.m. this morning when there was an emergency response team initiated immediately from the airport side because there was veering of the aircraft. There was heavy rain on the runway, and when the plane landed, it skidded off and veered off the runway and going out of the asphalted or the asphalted area or the tarmac area, entered the grass is what we are told. The pictures are visible where grass is over the engine, also on the fuselage, because of the airplane skidding off the tarmac or the asphalt and over the grass. So on the runway is what we are told. All
Nagarjun, as I look at these visuals, if I'm correct, there appears to be slight damage to the turbines as well. How and why that would be caused, and tell us more about the continuity of operations at the airport. Nagarjun, so stay on with me. These are the visuals on our screen right now. So from what we are picking out, different images that India Today is accessing. Remember, the flight landed safely, Kochi to Mumbai, and the moment it landed, it experienced a certain runway excursion. There was heavy rainfall that was already on. So in many ways also to appreciate the quick thinking and the training and skills of the pilots to be able to ensure that even though it seemed like a difficult landing, that the passengers and the lives are kept safe. Nagarjun Dwarkanath continues to be with us. So Nagarjun, one of course about how difficult it can be sometimes with a landing like this. Appreciate the pilot's quick thinking. But I noticed there's a bit of a damage, isn't it, on the turbines? Can you tell us more about that?
Seems like the fuselage is damaged. In fact, the turbine, outer layer of the turbine engines are damaged. It is extremely difficult, Pooja, because you're landing at 250 kilometers per hour. If there's water on the runway, you know how the aeroplane can get skid. And normal vehicles also get skid when there's completely water. But pilots are trained to handle this as well. And the airport authorities also usually time and again try to clear out the water on the runway. And also the runway is constructed in a way that water does not get stagnant. But unfortunately, these things happen and pilots are trained to tackle such situations. But the damage that we are looking at seems like when the aircraft has veered off the runway and entered the grassy area, the small pebbles or the rocks that are on or the soil materials that are on the ground seem to have hit the turbine area, on the engine area, and hence we see a lot of dents and damage to the engine as well. The grass that you see is where the tyres would have picked up some grass, and that would have gone on the turbine area as well.
All right, Nagarjun, thank you very much. For now, a little bit of grass and soil seen on the aircraft, but as they say, all is well that ends well, but would have been a huge scare, as much for the passengers and crew. As we look at these images, more and more images that India Today is accessing, this is the Air India aircraft. You can see, look at that, some grass and soil from, of course, when the aircraft landed to minor damages on the turbines. All of this, of course, is being checked, repaired. However, of course, the biggest issue here was about the lives at stake, and that have been saved by the passengers. The crew is safe as well, is what we are told. And the airport continues to operate. Another runway has been opened meanwhile till this runway will be cleared. So clearly in the past few months, we have definitely seen a few scares that have come in. But remember to also regard the skill and the training and the presence of mind of several pilots and the crew who fly us every day. So these are the visuals coming in from the Mumbai-Chhatrapati Shivaji International Airport. Damage to the turbines. This was after what we are told, just to give you a background, that the aircraft Kochi to Mumbai AI-2744 A320 landed and then experienced a runway excursion upon landing while there was heavy rainfall. And Mumbai rainfall, we all know, can be pretty extensive. Another visual, look at that, a new visual that has come in. Slight damage that can be seen to parts of the aircraft as well. This happened, especially when the aircraft landed. I believe that's the part of the airport premises, not the aircraft, from what I can gather, clearly because of the skid, possibly the touch and go that happened, and we'll try and get more clarity on these visuals. But every single day, and I think that is why there has been a high alert already. There's been heavy preparedness when it comes to the takeoff and the landings. But given some of the times like the monsoon seasons, it can be difficult, of course, to be able to fly in and out and land when there's extensive rainfall that's happening as well. So 3 big images on your screen coming in. Nagarjun continues to be with us. Nagarjun, can you help us understand the third image? I see the turbines, I see the grass and the soil on the aircraft. Which is this third image that we are talking about?
This seems to be the left wing as well, where we see a bit of damage on the wingtip and the wings as well, because like I was mentioning, there would be some small pebbles or rocks that would have hit the wings, and that has caused certain damage to the wings, and hence the aeroplane also is grounded, is what we are told. Air India has officially issued a statement as we speak, saying that the passengers are completely safe. If I can read out the statement, Pooja, flight AI-2744 operating from Cochin to Mumbai on July 21 experienced heavy rain during landing, resulting in a runway excursion. After touchdown, the aircraft taxied safely to the gate, and all passengers and crew members have been disembarked safely. The aircraft has been grounded for checks. The safety of the passengers and crew remain our top priority. The airline itself is admitting that there have been some damage, because hence the aircraft has been grounded for checks. These are the images that we have accessed. There's considerable damage to the turbine area as well as the wings because of the aircraft veering off the grass of the runway and going into the grassy area where there would be rocks, mud, pebbles, and grass as well, and that has caused tremendous dent on the engine area as well as the wings.
Okay, so these are different images. Must have been scary to say the least, especially when landing. Many of us taking it for granted, but to realize the kind of effort that goes into not just takeoff, but especially the landing of the aircraft amid the rainfall, and that too in Mumbai city. Appreciate you joining us, Nagar, and for all the latest. I'm leaving you with these visuals.